Hi, I'm Jordan Long, and today I'm going to talk about, you know, Google Chrome OS. And yes, it is virus and worm free. Now, a lot of men and women out there, when they hear that, a lot of them who use Microsoft Windows or Apple Macintosh OS or Linux or Google Android, first of them, some of them are going to say that that's not true. Then others are going to point out things that can happen to you even if you're using Google Chrome OS. Well, yeah, you can be redirected to fake websites. Hell, that can happen to you with Microsoft Windows and Apple Macintosh OS and Linux and Google Android. So yes, that can happen to you in Google Chrome OS. I don't know why they got to point this out, but they do. And apparently, there are some of them out there who think sooner or later some hacker is going to come up with some way to besmirch Google Chrome OS. That they're going to get some virus or some worm past the sandbox. Well, it's been what? It's been 2012, 2011 AD, would say, maybe 2012 AD or so, when Google Chrome OS first came out, and it's been like what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, and you would think in 6 years some hacker would have figured out how to do it. It didn't take them 6 years to besmirch Microsoft Windows. It didn't take them 6 years to besmirch Apple Macintosh OS, and it didn't take them 6 years to besmirch Linux, and it didn't really take them 6 years to besmirch Google Android. Now, anyway, and they're never ever gonna be able to besmirch Google Chrome OS. Now there's gonna be some hacker out there that's gonna get lucky and their malware is gonna get past the sandbox. But mostly all the time, malware is usually contained to the sandbox, just like the viruses and worms and the other shit that dummies gotta make and put out there on the interweb. They might say something like, "That's bullshit," they might say. Or they might say, "That's horse shit, Jordan. I'm working on something right now. I've been working on something for 6 years. And, I'm just waiting for you to be dumb enough to go to some webstead somewhere where I can spring it on you." Yeah, that's right. You're vulnerable to shit, every time you go on the interweb. True. you know. But, I'm not making it up. If you think I'm making it up, then go look up the Google Chromebook, Google Chrome base, and then type in virus, and it'll send you to Google's official WIF on it, and also CERD get-together WIFs on it, and they're all going to basically say that viruses and worms, that Google Chromebook, Google Chrome base can't get viruses, can't get worms, and can't really get malware either. Now, it's not just the sandbox. Now, let's explain the sandbox. The sandbox takes every website you're on, a webstead you're on, and puts it in its own hall, known as a sandbox. It keeps it from all the other tabs, and they're separated. So if it detects a virus or a worm or malware on that tab, then it can only affect that tab, and it cannot affect anywhere else on the operating system or the other tabs. Then there's also a thing called verified boot. Now, verified boot means that it scans itself in startup to make sure that everything is there, and it hasn't been besmirched with. And if it has been besmirched with in some way, then we'll go back to a new version of Google Chrome OS that was not besmirched. Now, hackers don't like Google. since at least they don't like Google when it comes to Google Chrome OS. You know, they basically are, they say they're so smart. Oh, well, I'm smart. I fucked up Microsoft Windows. I fucked up Google Android. I fucked up Apple Macintosh OS, and I fucked up Linux, and I fucked up Google Android. Yeah, well, I guess you're not that smart because you can't fuck up Google Chrome OS. Why you gotta say that for? Well, it's true. You hackers talk about how smart you are when it comes to fucking up operating systems and shit like that. So obviously you're not smart enough to fuck up Google Chrome OS. And if they cannot do it in 6 years, they're never going to do it. And Google is willing to pay whatever hacker comes up with proof that they have besmirched the Google Chrome OS with a virus or a worm or something. Not with malware, no, with an actual true virus, or with a true one. All right, and so far, that has not happened. It's been 6 years. It'll soon be 7 years next year. So if they haven't been able to fuck it up, then they never will. I'm Jordan Long, and I'll see you all later.